What's up, guys? It's your boy SSG Lil in the building, and I'm back with another reaction video. We're on to the next week's weekly rap reactions. For the week I'm covering, we have a rap from Daddyphatsnaps. This is the Shigaraki Rap Villain Arc by Daddyphatsnaps featuring Delta Deez. Delta Deez was a feature on one of Dizzy 8's songs, which was also about a My Hero Academia character, Hawk's remix, the Kigo Takami rap song. And now he's paired up with DPS, and I'm looking at all the people off the entire intro credit scene, and wow, got a lot of people. DPS himself, Zeppelin Beats, Delta Deez, even got McGuire, Fabvl, and Intonujo Choir. Wow, you got a lot of people on this, so I already know it's gonna be fire. And as far as Shigaraki, I know he's one of the main antagonists in My Hero Academia. Apparently there's a lot of development going on with him in the manga and recent episodes of My Hero, but since I don't watch, I don't know much about it. All I know is that he is the apprentice of All For One, and basically wants to destroy All Might and anything he stands for, and probably any rookie heroes who try to get in his way. So yeah, can't wait to hear DPS and Delta Deez's take on Shigaraki. And you already know, before we get into it, to avoid a copyright strike, I am not associated with My Hero Academia. I support the official release and the creators of the official release. Go support the official release for yourselves. And let's get right into this, y'all. Shigaraki Rap Villain Arc.
I don't really know what's wrong with me. All I really know is that I wanna make them bleed. All I think about is evil deeds, and they try to slay me first, but what I'ma do ain't scary. I'm so afraid.
When I was losing, said I'd do it, and I really did it. They tried to stick me with a label, bitch, I'm independent. God be on my hip, you know we keep it litted. Gentlemen, the heat wave when I'm in your city. Whoa, blood ain't thick as water, NG taught me, and he taught me what a valuable lesson. Everybody busy looking at 6, they ain't seeing the insurrection. I've been plotting, got it all on my sleeve. Bad bitch, call it misdirection. Ain't nobody looking hotter than she, so send your motherfuckers this direction. Alpha and Omega set considers me a blessing. I just stretch the hand that got arrested, turn you into resin. Always in the mix, I'm in the blender, making hands to me and dead hand when I had it. Waters for the purchase, anything I want, I got it. Like I brought a lotto ticket, set the tickets and me auto. I just drop it everywhere, I stop to give it like I bought it. All I had to do was borrow yours to let them know I'm about it. You a bitch and I'ma let you know about it. Sky high, I'ma let you know I'm clouded. At the top and I'ma let you know I'm clouded. Think you fuck with me, I'll let you know I doubt it. League of the villains, paranormal front, God did, I'ma let you know I'm callous. I'm the biggest and baddest, whoa. Might give a fuck if I had it, so all of you dead if I had it, so all of you dead if I, all of you dead if I, all of you dead if I had it, so I'ma give you motherfuckers one more chance. Bitch better tap, don't need a strap, bitch run the hands, we finna dance.
I don't really know what's wrong with me. I just wanna make them fucking bleed, yeah. All I think about is evil deeds, but they try to sabotage. But what I'ma do even scarier, I'm so hurt.
Can't nobody do it like me. 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 Can't nobody do it like me.
You really thought you had the vision, till I upped the definition. You really thought you was a villain, till I upped the definition. You really thought you was the greatest, do you even need to listen? You know what I'm about to say? I'm the fucking definition. Bitch, target shooters, but they swaying when they sent on the mission. Whoa, they tell me sugar, you won't make it. Couldn't make me listen. No, and now it's my time. You ain't made it, and I'm gaining distance. Yo, how do I say this? How do I put it? How do I frame it? I'm different, ho. Always been second up, so I know how it feels to be up second. Gotta be upset, but I don't give a let me stop. Everybody has a plan till the plan don't pan and the hands come out. Well, I got a plan B and the plan C was to plan your routes. And I got a plan D. If your plan A turns to plan B, then the plan D goes to plan A. You get big play trying to scam me. You could lose life trying to scam me. Down to the letter, I'm a bad B. Wouldn't even know it if you had me. By the time you figured out, damn, Jay, it's too late. Bitch, you done made a mistake. Letting me up here, what was you thinking, you stupid? Now I'm never coming down. I'm gonna show you how to do this. 1 finger, 2 finger, 3 finger, 4. When the 5th hits you, I'm hitting the floor. Checklist, see this hit every flow. Get the horns when you hitting the goal, bitch.
I don't really know what's wrong with me. I just wanna make them fucking bleed, yeah. All I think about is evil deeds, But they try to say I'm a terrorist. What I'ma do if it's scary? I'm so afraid.
Can't nobody do it like me. 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 Can't nobody do it like me.
About his evil deeds. And all I think about is evil deeds.
All right, y'all. That was the Shigaraki Rap villain arc by Daddyphatsnaps featuring Delta Deez. This gotta be a masterpiece. Come on. I love the pre-chorus and the chorus. I don't really know what's wrong with me. All I wanna effing make them bleed. I'm like, ooh. All I think about is evil deeds. They tryna say I'm a terrorist. What I'ma do if it's scary? I'm so nefarious. I'm like, yo, Delta Deez, hold up. Hold up. That one was fire. And I love that chorus is unique. That chorus is so unique. It's saying the line like 8 different times, but switching up the way you saying it, and also including the background choir vocals from McGuire Fabvl and, you know, the Tuna Joe choir. Yo, cause that jump sounded hype. Even though you say the same, all you hear is, "Can nobody do it like me? Can 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 nobody do it like me?" And you hear McGuire Fabvl in the choir in the background. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, bro, are you freaking serious? And I definitely love DPS during the friggin' verses, bro. He literally, like I said, that disrespectful tight tone along with all the bass booming is friggin' strong, bro. And then when he talk about Dobby on my hip, you know, we be getting litty. Talk about he said, "You trying to hit me with a label, I'm independent." I'm like, ooh. He's said, "City on fire, like gentlemen, the heat wave when we in the city." I'm like, ooh. I get it because he just made getting litty with Dobby and his quirk is like fire. Come on, bro. And he literally just starts going in. And it's such a disrespectful tone to the whole thing. Cause I'm literally just sitting here, Jimmy, he got a lot of bars. Talk about going, like, I got the lotto, set the ticket, like, semi-auto. So I give it like how I bought it. Or like I said, it's like I drop it everywhere I send it. I'm like, ooh. Come on, bro. I'm over here just jamming and vibing. He dropping so many bars talking about like, talking about she like, call her bad, be, you know, misdirect. That's a misdirection. Like, ain't nobody better than she's to see your mother efforts this direction. I'm like, oh, come on. Those were some bars. And talk about League Paranormal. And then he just starts turning up. Paranormal Front. I'm like, ooh. Talk about run the hands. I'm like, ooh. Like, we finna dance. And I think that's also part of his quirk. That, like, if he touches you, that you might die or decay or something. I'm like, ooh. And talk about NG taught me a lesson, taught me a valuable lesson. Like, everyone's so focused on the 6. You know, they know the insurrection. I'm like, ooh. And then after he come back, he's like, he said, "You think you got the vision? Till I up the definition? You really think you're a villain? Till I up the definition?" I'm like, ooh, hold up. He said, like, you really think you're the greatest? You don't even need to listen? You already know what I'm about to say? He said, "You already know what I'm about to say? I'm the effing definition B." I'm like, ooh. Like I said, any type of villain who think they are at the top or they are the leader of something, he makes the tone instantly. Like, it was somehow villainous, bass booming, and yet he can use the lyrics to throw that disrespectful element into there. That's like, I'm like, ooh, hold up. It said, he talk about sugar, like, you never can't even make me listen, no. I'm like, ooh. I'm like, that's fire. And talk about, like, we, like, go plan A to the plan don't pan out, come and get the hands. I'm like, and then it's like, gotta go to plan B, and go to plan C. I'm like, ooh. And the plan C was to plan your route. He said, then you go to, if you go to plan D, then it goes to plan A. I'm like, ooh. I'm just listening, and I'm like, oh, shoot. And he literally he's like, you know what? Like, I'm a bad B. And he said, like, if you didn't notice this, like, you don't notice till it's, my G, then it's too late. I'm like, ooh. And then he liked this, and then he said, like, what was I saying? Like, how did I say it? What I do? How did I frame it? Oh yeah, I'm different. I'm like, ooh. And he literally talk about sky high, tell you how I'm clouded. It said, like, up too high, tell how I'm clouded. I'm like, clouded and clouded. Oh my God. Bro, just a wordplay. All of that combined. And then he's just going to keep going in even near the end. And literally just go crazy. And literally just keep going crazy. I'm like, yo, DPS. I don't know what you on, my guy. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way though. But bro, you was just killing it. He was literally just killing the entire thing. How you instantly gonna come out with the vibes talking about I'm independent, and you gonna talk about I'm different H? I'm like, ooh. And talk about why you leave me too high. Like, why you let me go this high? Like, I ain't never coming down. It's like finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4. When the fifth hits, you'll be in the ground. You'll be hitting the ground. I'm like, oh, because if you get full hand, you dead. And then he said, I went to checklist. Like, I just to the checklist. I hit the flow. He said, you get the horns, like you're hitting the goat. I'm like, oh. And he got Delta Deez for the outro. Like, I keep thinking about is evil deeds. All I think about is evil deeds. I'm like, bro. So everything from the beat, the background vocals, the lyrics, the tone, like, just everything worked perfectly. And yeah, during the chorus, it sounded like multiple people were singing it. It sounded like there was like an echo effect and people were singing good in the background. So man, that was just absolutely amazing. Great job to Daddyphatsnaps. Great job to Delta Deez. To everyone else, Zeppelin Beats, McGuire, Fabvl, Itunu Joe Choir, y'all all did amazing. Great job. The next video will either be the next weekly rap reaction or the next random video, which is the Yuji Itadori rap song, I Don't Want to Be Alone, by Dizzy 8 featuring Mix Williams. So yeah, be prepared for one of those two options in the next video. This is the end of the video, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you do happen to like my content, I appreciate any support that gets SSG Lil, y'all. I'm out. Peace.